When William Ruto was declared the winner of last year's presidential election, Julius Malema, a firebrand South African politician, supported William Ruto and even went further to attack Raila Odinga. Malema is currently in the country. Speaking today in Makueni, Malema seems to be taking a U-turn on William Samoei Ruto. And that's very interesting because in the recent days, we have seen William Ruto supporters, Kenyans who voted for him, making U-turns against him. Let's listen to Malema before we continue.
Together in practical terms. I don't know if President William Ruto means it, because he said so many things and I can't locate him these days because the things he said during...
Yes, that's Julius Malema speaking in Kenya. Last year, after Chebukati declared Ruto the winner, Malema was very vocal in his support of Ruto and even started attacking Raila Odinga. Now he seems to be talking the opposite. Before we dig deep into that, let's have a look at a very interesting post by Dr. John Njenga Karuga, somebody who used to support William Samoei Ruto, a Kenyan who used to support Ruto. Either Ruto is tired of presidency and wants to lose peacefully in 2027, or some people in Ruto's government are trying as much as possible to have him lose in 2027. All this genius mess is by design. I'm one person who strongly believes that if Ruto continues the way he has been doing this way, irrespective of the formula he will use in 2027, William Ruto will fail very badly. He will fail very badly. Because if this trend continues, I'm seeing Kenyans across board, on the mountain in Kalenjin Rift Valley, everywhere Kenyans are going to hate William Samoei Ruto. And even in his own Kalenjin backyard, he will lose substantial number of votes. Kenyan politics is very interesting, and keeps on changing. There is this perception that Ruto will rig himself come 2027. You can only rig yourself if at least you have some support behind you. With what we are seeing everywhere, in every corner across the country, Kenyans are feeling the pangs of Ruto's misrule. And it's just 1 year. In the next year, it will be something totally different. The third year, if he will be lucky to reach that third year, then Kenyans in unison will not want anything to do with William Ruto or anybody aligning himself to Ruto. And already we saw that in Githurai, where when Ruto's name was mentioned or Rigath's name was mentioned, the locals there never wanted to hear anything of Ruto or of Rigathi Gachagua. This is just in 1 year. If you project what is happening today, if you just project it a bit into the future, the situation is going to be more dire than it is today. And I'm saying that because it appears individuals who have been appointed in this government are very greedy individuals who do not have the best interest of the people at heart. So as they become more entrenched in the government, their impunity will actually they'll even be bolder in their impunity. So Kenyans are going to suffer more and more as William Ruto settles in the government. And now to Malema's remarks, Malema is now coming to terms with the reality that this is a man who you cannot actually trust. And that's also what some of Kenyan, or rather some Kenyans who voted for William Ruto, they are also coming to terms with that reality. So it's true that William Ruto is doing the exact opposite of what he did promise Kenyans. If you look at this government, just do your comparison to any other government that has ruled Kenya. This one is actually the most punitive government Kenyans have ever seen. A government that really came to power on the basis of hustlers. Sisi ni maskini, we understand the plight of the poor people. Kenyans had a lot of hopes in a William Ruto's regime. All those hopes are actually collapsing. Ruto is doing the exact opposite, and Malema, a staunch Ruto supporter, is also just confirming that. And all these things are just confirms, or rather, the way William Ruto is ruling the government, Ruto is deliberately punishing Kenyans. Anybody in his sane mind cannot support the way Ruto is running the government. He believes more in playing politics than service delivery. He's already campaigning for 2027, while he has not even delivered on any single promise he made last year. And I'm seeing a William Ruto is constantly going to campaign, and as he campaigns, he will forget about service delivery. I just don't know which formula he will use to convince Kenyans again that he really cares about them. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person watching us, but you may want to support our forum, contact me through that number below, or feel free to channel your support to that number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.